Matthew 9, verse 29. Then he touched their eyes, saying, "It shall be done to you according to your faith." This verse appears in a moment where two blind men follow Jesus, crying out for mercy. They cannot see with their physical eyes, yet they recognize something others often miss: who Jesus truly is. They call him Son of David, a title of faith, acknowledging him as the promised Messiah. When Jesus asks if they believe he is able to heal them, they answer with a simple but powerful "Yes, Lord." It is then that he touches their eyes and speaks these words. At first glance, this might sound like a formula: have enough faith, and you will get what you want. But that interpretation misses the deeper heart of the passage. Jesus is not promoting a transactional faith where outcomes are guaranteed by intensity of belief. Instead, he is revealing that faith is the means by which we receive what God is already willing to give according to his will. Faith, in this context, is not about perfection or quantity. It is about direction and trust. The blind men did not have all the answers, nor did they demonstrate flawless understanding. What they had was confidence in who Jesus is and what he can do. Their faith was personal. It was directed toward Christ himself. For today, this verse challenges a culture that often relies heavily on what can be seen, measured, and controlled. We are used to evidence before belief, certainty before commitment. Yet here are two men who had none of that. They lived in darkness, dependent on others, likely overlooked by society, and still they believed. Their faith was not rooted in visible proof, but in the character of Jesus. In modern life, blindness can take many forms. It may not be physical, but emotional, spiritual, or even relational. People struggle with uncertainty, broken relationships, financial pressure, or a sense of directionlessness. In those moments, this verse speaks directly. According to your faith, not according to your circumstances, not according to your past, but according to your trust in Christ. This does not mean every difficulty will instantly disappear. Even faithful believers face hardship. But it does mean that faith shapes how we experience life. Faith opens our eyes to God's presence in the middle of struggle. It allows us to see purpose where others see only pain, hope where others see only endings. There is also an important relational aspect. Jesus touched their eyes. This was not distant or impersonal. In a world where these men were likely avoided, Jesus came close. Today, that same nearness still matters. Faith is not just believing about God. It is trusting him enough to draw near, to bring our needs honestly before him. Another key takeaway is that Jesus asks, "Do you believe?" before the miracle happens. This question still stands for us. Do we trust him when answers are not immediate? Do we believe in his goodness when life feels unclear? Faith is often tested in the waiting, not just proven in the receiving. Ultimately, this verse invites us to examine where our faith is placed, not in outcomes, not in ourselves, but in Christ. The blind men received sight, but even more importantly, they encountered the one who gives true vision. For today, living out this verse may look like choosing trust over fear, prayer over despair, and hope over resignation. It means believing that God is at work even when we cannot yet see the result. And sometimes, like those two men, it simply starts with a humble, honest confession. "Yes, Lord, I believe."